Hey there, everybody. It's Ather Beerstan back here with some more SevTech Ages. Let's real quick go over in what I did off camera, which quite a bit. I got carried away. I probably should have hit record a long time ago. I expanded out our farm just a little bit. I got the totem poles put in. These are ocelots and then pigs all the way down. For hopefully fortune works on these crops. I don't know if it does or not, but we'll find out. There's not a whole lot else we'd want to put there anyway. I got it's not the rough outline anymore. It's a fairly finished product. I think that's what it's going to look like in the front anyway. And then I've got something a little different going on the sides. I'm not 100% sure I like this just yet, but it's getting there. And then the back's tentatively going to be the same design, but I think probably we're going to have another exit out the back here and or some windows, so we can, because all the world is kind of in this direction, so I think maybe we'll want to have a view of that a little bit. I want to go out right now. I think I saw a sakura tree on the horizon. Oh, hey, creeper. I don't like you at all. Pretty sure I saw it. Could have been one of these flowers though, so I don't know. We're gonna have to go check. See if we can find a sakura tree. Oh yeah. That's what I think. Pretty sure that's what I was looking at. So we have planted pretty much everything we have to plant right now. So one of my side quests is to try to find new seeds. I don't know where we find those. I know maybe we could get some rice. I might even have like one rice seed. They're like little aquatic gardens. Are these sakura trees? I think they are. Yeah, there's two sakura trees. Oh, see, these are natura trees, and I think that that was a weird generation. I think that these trees don't grow at this elevation. The natura saplings. So we might have to find the other sakura trees. I like the look of these, which is kind of a shame that they're not going to work. I brought my atlas just in case we want to go on a little walkabout. I think those are the same kind. Let's head up over this way and I haven't explored the world much. I've been caught up building and I've been having a good time, but it's time to kind of get back to the nature of the pack is more about exploring and questing and other dimensions, and did not realize there was a village right here. Not that that helps us. Beyond getting an atlas, they're not good for much. Ooh, a hole in the ground. We'll just cut through a building, it's fine. They might have, oh, excuse me, they might have some kind of interesting deal. Fleece for string. I mean, that's a better deal than you get using the work blade. It's only 4 per, so taking him home with us would actually be a pretty good deal. Potentially, you know, I mean, if we wanted to set that up. I want to plant some sakura trees around in the garden area, in the farm area, to kind of give it a more natural and tight, like bring it in a little more claustrophobic. I usually like big open. See, this is another one. These silver bells is another natura tree, but again, I don't think they grow at that elevation, so it's not really worth grabbing. We are at that elevation. I mean, if we had a mountain base, you know what? Maybe, owl, maybe we'll take that anyway, and we're going to need an astral sorcery base at some point, which is probably not going to be at our tower. We're going to have to hunt around for a place that's rich in starlight energy. And so maybe, and also the whole astral sorcery thing works better at higher elevation. So we're going to want to either find a mountain area to put it in, or build a really tall tower, like different than the one we're building now, a spire maybe we want to call it. And put our starlight crafting table at the top of that. Maybe we grow some natura trees up there. That's what I'm getting to eventually. The other one that looks really good that's also a natura tree is the willow tree. So those are like 3 options that we might try to incorporate into an astral sorcery base. Horse. We could use a horse or 2 just to kind of have them around. I haven't gotten to animal pens yet. That is on the short list of things. I got a little bit carried away. Part of the problem was that I actually had so many blocks. I had done so much mining. Ooh, is that what we're looking for? I think that's the same one we have. Yeah, natura. I'm not going to pick up any more of that. Food. Hello, food. Thought he was safe hiding under that leaf. Oh, I hit the stick instead. Ah, dork. I'm not seeing... What are you, a bear? Hey, Mr. Bear. Now that we're back in Adventureland, we have opportunities like killing black bears. Claws, sir. I'm not going to try to kill the baby. We tried that once. I tried that once, and they run. They run and run and run and run and run, and they have lots of hit points, so you just end up chasing them all around the world, and it's not a lot of fun. Go back along the coast here. Some of that is already explored territory, but then we'll head north. See what we can find. Little walkabout day. Today I want to find these saplings if possible. I want to make bread because that's the one nutrition group that we're really struggling with. In fact, if it gets too low, we'll start taking penalties, which we definitely don't want. And then I want to work a little bit on blood alchemy because that's kind of our gateway forward progression wise. So we'll just kind of like work all of that together as much as we can. A lot of the bread making is going to depend on how much water we actually have. I've been building, because that was not the first design, that was like the 3rd design for the tower. So I built it and broke it down and built it and broke it down. Well, not broke it down completely, but made changes like several times before I settled on the design that I'm using right now. Some more Darklands. Why I am not seeing any of those other sakura trees. I wonder what biome they spawn in, if that's a thing. Like, are we just hopeless, or or are we unlucky, I guess is the question. Do not want to be in the Darklands at night, particularly. I mean, it's not terrible, but it can go terribly wrong. This is probably the same Darklands biome. I'm almost sure that our house is on the other side of it. Oh yeah, there's my sand tree. There's a shark there. Okay, let's work our way around. I should have made a sleeping bag. I have the technology now. That would be kind of fantastic to be able to. We could also make a teepee, which would probably be a good idea because we are nowhere near. Oh, I keep forgetting it's hardcore. Like, it doesn't matter if we're near spawn. If we die and we have to walk all the way back, that's not a thing. It's not a thing. There is no walking back. If we die, we're dead. Which is an especially cruel fate in a SevTech. Whoa, hello. In this particular mod pack, because did you have any friends? Nobody's coming to kill me. Because it's so like tedious. The progression is so tedious that if we die, we just lose so many little baby steps of progress. There's no like, oh, we can roll in and quick get back to where we were. No, not so much. Probably should sprint in the water. I don't know what's biting at my heels. There could be a shark right behind me. It's almost dark. We're a little bit low on fruit, so I'm using fruit right now. I think, yeah, see, we're there on protein and vegetables, almost there on fruit, and by the end of the episode, we'll be getting places on grain, because we're going to do blood magic. We're going to make bread and then do blood magic, and that's going to make us super hungry, and we'll go through a ton of food, and hopefully we can get our grain percentage maxed out, or at least over the threshold of 90%. Just some surface coal, that's random. That doesn't really happen very much in this mod pack with the geolysis mining. Was that a mouse? I think oh, that might have been the dog and his squeaky toy. The other sakura trees have a lighter, like almost lavender leaves, and they drop petals on the ground, which is not really the effect that I'm going for. I would have preferred the natura trees, but I don't think we have. We'll try to grow some, but I don't think we actually are going to be able to do that. Don't think that works. Have we already been here? I don't think we have. No, definitely haven't been here. The map is just looking kind of familiar. Find a relatively safe spot to camp out the night. That was terrible. Yeah, this should be pretty good. Haha, Zombird, suck it. Let's take a look at our map real quick. Oh, okay, I see we were here. I was confusing this with that at a different orientation. So I think what we'll do is we'll go in the morning, we'll cross the river and we'll work our way down and then back home. And if we don't find what we need, then I don't know. We'll figure it out. I'll catch up to you in the morning. Alright, the sun is coming up. So I hear there's a wolf underneath us. Dire wolf, even. See if we can just kill him. Bye-bye. Shogoth lair. Now we need some materials from that, but they're gonna be kind of hard to get. Because as soon as we go and start mining on that thing, they're gonna come out to say hi. Maybe we can block them in somehow. Let's see if we can do that. Oh, hello, depth school friend. Oh my gosh. What? Oh, it's a shark. Gee willikers, no thank you. No thank you. And a friend. No thank you, no thank you. Oh. Okay, maybe we'll just walk away from that situation. I don't want to talk to all of those people, that's bad. Just say no to depth schools. I forgot all about sharks. Gotta be ever wary. We're going to find what we're looking for in a Darklands biome. mean, I guess anything is possible. There are those Sakura trees. At least the Natura trees grow here. Are these yew trees also from Natura? That's an interesting question. Primal core. Yew. I don't know if we need that for anything. Is that like a... Is there some progression gonna be locked behind that at some point? I wonder if it's raining back at my base. I doubt we're getting any of this rain in our barrels, as I don't think those chunks are loaded. I am not seeing what we're looking for. Let's cross this river. What is this? Cotton? We get seeds from that? Yeah. Okay, there's a new crop we can grow. Not that we particularly need it, but you know, who cares? Because I plan to have sheep to get string. Hit me both times. I even had the high ground. It's not supposed to. Oh, hello, friend. Take some more of that sweet fur. I picked up a head. Oh, it's already it's already gone. That's the problem with the wolf hide armor. Is it just, oh, there's what we're looking for. That's the one. Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Hopefully we can get even just one sapling. See, the logs are not nearly as exciting. They just basically look like oak, which is kind of lame. I was really hoping we'll still try to use the other ones. What don't we need? We don't need animal fat. We don't need these worms. Beautiful. Just even one more sapling would be great. The only bummer about these is they do get the petals everywhere. So like if that's not the look you're going for, they're a little bit of a bummer. We could use a yew tree instead. I kind of want, but the leaves are just so ugly. I want something with a great big sprawling canopy. We might have to make our own trees, actually. Yeah, this is roughly the way back home. Yeah, we might just have to build our own trees out of parts and pieces. We can use the lavender sakura leaves and the other. I don't have a lot of them, but maybe we can come back for more. I can come back for more at some point. And I think for the sake of keeping the video interesting, I'm gonna meet you guys back at base. Okay, we're just getting back home. It was definitely a good idea to cut that out because literally nothing happened. I've got no inventory space. Let's go and plant a few saplings. Try growing these guys, and if that works, great, and if not, then plan B. And one of these. I think what I'm gonna do, because I don't want to do a bunch of cleanup constantly, what I'm going to do is go out here in the water, plant this guy out here, so that all of the petals that fall off of it will just fall in the water and hopefully not matter. If I have to do a little bit of cleanup, I'm okay with that. So go ahead and plant these other two over here. I might as well plant this guy too. Maybe it grows. I had a Darklands oak sapling fall into this pit and then grow, and it either killed the buffalo that was in there, suffocated it, or it allowed it to escape, and I never saw it again. So I've got a little bit of a breeding operation going on there for the buffalo. In fact, maybe we do that because we're about to go harvest all this wheat. That'll be our intro to bread making. We'll go and grab what wheat we have in our chest. We also are going to need salt, which I think is in here. Salt. A little bit more wheat. We'll go and breed some animals real quick. This is what I do all day, basically, just like run from one menial task to another, and then every once in a while I make real progress. Breed you guys, and then the rest we'll use for, oh, maybe this is my missing buffalo. He's just been ninja. Oh, nope. He is a missing buffalo, but not the one I thought he was. Come on, dude. There you go. We better check on the one upstairs too. Did he also? Yes. Also broke his lead because the chunk got unloaded. I wonder what that's about. That's kind of bizarre. Okay, we want to, oh, while we're up here, I don't have an input chest for this guy yet, do I? Okay, we need a chest and a hopper. We can take, I have a chest, okay, we just need to make a hopper real quick then. Oops, derp. Can I not spider climb that? Okay. No, apparently I can. Just not when I want to. Typical. Actually, we want to save one of those because bread cooks in batches of 3. Similar with the basin. So this is going to give us dough, flour, and then we have to mix this in the basin. 3 flour, 1 salt, 1 water. This is the good thing about the basin is it triples our water and salt. And also it holds 3 buckets so you can kind of batch job things a little bit. Okay, so while we wait for that to happen, let's go talk about blood alchemy. We're going to need a dagger. Let's see, at blood alchemy, we're going to need this sacrificial dagger, a sharp bone, 2 bronze ingots. Well, you know, fortunately we thought ahead. That's what's taking up most of our inventory. I thought we had other bear claws. Those were our first 2. I was sure we killed another bear at one point. I guess not. Okay, we need 1 bone, which we are going to go and smack on something. I think marble works, right? Yep. Sacrificial dagger. We're also going to want a divination sigil. So for that we need an ash and a blank slate in the arcane. Oh, Hellfire Forge, right. Okay, we can do this. Bronze ingot, tin ingot, 4 stone, block of copper. I've got blocks of copper. reinforced stone. We're also going to need ash. Okay, we'll put this guy over here. I think I've got logs on me. I thought one of these had some coal in it. Not anymore. Got spun around there. We'll make another 8 of those because I think we're going to need a few more of them. And we need, what was it, a reinforced slate? Charcoal, white dye powder, ash, and gunpowder. Charcoal, we should have some. Oh, maybe we don't. I think maybe it all got used. We'll throw this in the grinder as well. Let's get a little bit of this bread made because we need our bladder, don't we? Because we're going to want to start eating grains like as soon as we start pricking our finger with this knife, which is going to be momentarily. Salt, bladder. Much simpler process than what we were doing before. And that's going to get us some dough, and then we just bake the dough. And then we have bread. Finally bread, something from the grains group. And this is similar to the way that leather works too. Now it's 3 hides and 1 salt or 1 resin and 1 bucket of water. So even though we're not getting a lot of water from these barrels, because some of these barrels are brand new, I just placed them. Oh, that's still not a full bucket. Ding dong. Alright, let's go put some of this on to cook. Yeah, looks like our ash is done. What else did we need? We needed white dye powder, which I think is in here. We needed ash, gunpowder, and charcoal. Gunpowder is here. So, ash, gunpowder, white dye powder. Let's go upstairs and see if we've got any charcoal yet. No. We can solve that problem. Someday. And then we need our demonic will. Our 4.62 demonic will. And if we look here at the recipe, it'll say minimum will needed 0. Oh, maybe we don't even need the demonic will? I guess it actually has to be there as a placeholder, yeah. But it shouldn't take any. There's our arcane ashes. And then to get our divination sigil, we need ash and a blank slate. If we look at the blank slate, it's 1,000 life points and some stone in the altar. I believe the default is 200 per poke of the knife, but the thing has 1,000 life point buffer, so we're gonna have to go 10 pokes in order to get 1,000. Now, speaking of that buffer, every time we move this, we're gonna have to refill the buffer. Hey, it grew. Sexy. Super cool. So maybe that does work. What I want to do is go out here and build up, I think, like right here, or maybe right there. Go up like a couple of blocks and then put dirt on top of this and then grow the tree, and then remove this and then fill in the trunk with sakura wood to make it look like it's a really tall sakura tree, because you can see they're super short. And then maybe we grow a couple of extras and then just like chop the wood out and allow the leaves to, that way we don't have to manually place a bunch of leaves, because that could be a little bit tedious, but I think that's the plan. So let's go poke our finger a few times. I'm not going to worry about, what I was saying is every time we move this we have to refill the reservoir, but I think it's safe to leave it right here for the time being. We can only take it to level 2 for quite a while, so there's no, like, it's not going to take up any more room than it already is. So I think 10 times. Should get us to 2,000, which will fill the internal buffer and give us 1,000 left over for this thing. There we go. So now we go arcane ashes, ash. It does matter which order you add those in. It's the order that they appear. So it would be this one first and then that one second. And there we have 0. So it should be, theoretically, the reservoir should be full. We can probably calculate based on that assumption at this point. Now the next thing that we want to do is make a weak blood orb, which requires coagulated blood, which we can get 160 millibuckets of blood. We need a casting table, which we do not have. So we've got to get done with this copper. This is like the second or third stack of copper that I've done. So we have almost enough. If we take our bread and go pull on this lever for a little while, we need 10 more porcelain. I'll be right back when I have that. Okay, there's 10 porcelain. We need to cook 7 of those and then use the other 3 to make another spout, or whatever it's called. Faucet. Yeah, can we cook that in a furnace too? That would be great if we could. Yes. I have the kiln and the grill all taken apart. I'm gonna find a safe place for them, or make more flame broiled whoppers, because they kept burning my wood. It was high danger. This guy. 16 of them. Let's see how much. I get 40. Oh, it only needed 160, right? So we need 4. I thought it was 16, but okay. Oh, wait. We'll end up with blood in there before these things melt. I guess that's okay. Since we're putting it somewhere different anyway. Doesn't really matter. It takes a long time to cook, actually. I think I mentioned it, I've been changing my input chest to these because these will open with a block over top of it, and we don't input like massive amounts of stuff generally. I see the problem. We're gonna have to wait for 4 individual rotten flesh. Oh no, not you. Okay, yeah, there's 40 in there. There's just not enough to click on for some reason. Makes no sense. Okay, so this takes 2,000 life points, so another 10 pokes. Now we can verify, make sure we got it right. Current essence 2,000, perfect. Oh, you know, some of those sakura trees get pretty big. So it might just be a question. This is the look. Actually, this is more the look that I'm going for. Give me that sweet spider climbing. Am I close enough? I am not. I thought I was. That is a bummer. Fortunately, buffalo are huge and they can't fit out a 1-wide passageway. Yeah, this is kind of the look that I'm going for. And we need to go up like 2 because we want the crops to be underneath the leaves. And then I also want to hang chimes from underneath them. So let's just chop this down. All of them, actually. Interesting trees. This was going to be for sheep. I just haven't gone and gotten them yet. That was going to be this episode too if we have time. We'll run out into the field real quick. And so it's always got that just weird floating piece of wood in there. That's a feature of the tree. It's like a troll. You thought you chopped all the wood, but there's one left. I think I'll leave the big one for now. That sounds like work. So if we use the sakura wood to begin with, now the problem here is that I can't get the orientation that I want. I'm gonna have to go underneath. Okay, that'll work. Don't want to trample my crops. Trample my craps. So then we can go one more dirt. And a sapling. Hopefully that's not too tall, or I'll have to do it over again. I think I'm just going to do the one for now. And we'll see how it works. We'll just kind of experiment. We'll grow it 3 or 4 or 5 times or whatever it takes to get something that looks good. And hopefully it's not too high to where the jingles don't actually intersect with the totem bases. I don't know what the range is. It's like 4 or 5. Let's go. Get the rest of our flour. Because now we're going to keep on poking ourselves. We're making good progress. We're already up to 65, and we need to eat some vegetables as well. Oh, I don't have any mob drops. All that gunpowder, where did that come from? Oh, I killed a creeper, didn't I? Yeah, I sure did. Alright, at least we have some inventory space now. Alright, now we have a little bit more. Got any water in here? Yeah. I just put our bladder back, didn't I? Sure did. Genius. Don't even care about one plant fiber. Well, some of these actually have a lot of water in them. These must have been some of the older ones. It's interesting that we can transfer water between barrels, but we can't place it in the world. Oh, interesting. Okay. Apparently this holds partials. Oh. The next thing we want to do for blood alchemy is make runes of self-sacrifice. We can only make 4 of them, which is a little bit unfortunate. Oh, right, there's our weak blood orb. We want to make first blank runes to get it to a tier 2 altar, and then we need to make reinforced slate, which is why we need the tier 2 altar. So we need like we need 8 of these. No, we need 16 of them. So that's 16,000. And then we need another 4 of them. So that's another 4,000. And then we need another 8,000 to upgrade them to this, as well as some yellow dye. So what's that, like 20,000 health that we have to sacrifice to this thing? And we're going to pay for all of that with bread. Let us go and cook more bread. Oh, that doesn't sound good at all. We can also grab some vegetables. We don't have nearly enough bread. That's my takeaway. That's what I'm taking away from all this. could, in theory, just carry that barrel over here, and maybe that would be a good idea. Magic. We do not have enough charcoal for that. Oh my god, something smells dead. I don't know if the dog is farting or if something is actually legitimately dead in my vicinity. It smells like a rotting corpse. I'm not even exaggerating. Okay, we need stone. Almost to death. It'd be the worst time for some mob to just randomly drop in on us. I have had a single zombie just out of nowhere wander into the base. He probably came from up on the hill, and I was standing out on the causeway there, you know, so he probably was like just within detection range or something nonsensical. 2,400, yeah, I counted 12 pokes, so that stands, that math works. So we need to make 8 of these blank runes, and we need to use 4 of them to make runes of self-sacrifice. That's... might wonder, sometimes he hunts rabbits and he eats the rabbits, but he brings their heads inside. So I'm wondering if there's like a rabbit head somewhere in the house. They're pretty gruesome because he likes to, it's like a toy, you know, it's like, oh, I got the head. He doesn't eat that part, he plays with it. So it's just this like ragged, torn up rabbit head that you find on the floor from time to time. The joys of living out in the country. I'm surprised he catches them, honestly. Like, I mean, rabbits are fast, so he must know what he's doing out there. That should get our vegetable. Oh, yeah. We'll go back to eating grains now. $3,000 exactly. Hey, how good is that? Okay, what is it going to take to make these blank runes? A bunch more stone, our weak blood orb, and these blank slates. Okay. We can go while we're regenerating. Oh, we're supposed to be eating bread. There's no mobs because creepers are a thing and they suck. We'll grab four dandelions. We're gonna need 8 yellow dye eventually. Go and get that crushing, grindage. Good old Pauly Shore is something that you could say. What we got left in there? 1,000, perfect. I'm not super worried about being efficient what we're worried about is eating as much bread as possible. So eating it when we're just down like a half haunch is actually kind of optimal in a way, except for the fact that we're going to run out of bread. That is potentially the downside. I mean, we have lots of other things we can eat, so it's not the end of the world if we do. I would like for this sakura tree to grow, just so we can kind of see what it's going to look like. And if I like that, then we'll plant a bunch more and we'll just have this whole pink canopy over the farm. Because I don't think any of these things require daylight blocks. I mean, the apiaries seem to be working fine. I don't think the totems have any requirement like that because I've got these covered up. There's another, that's the second totem, there's another one. So there'll be one for each floor, basically. Just to the brink of death. $16 of these things. Man, that's gonna take a minute. I think I will cut that part out for you guys. You can thank me later. It grew. It's like the smallest little sakura tree possible. It's the exact opposite of what I want. Alright, 16. Count them. 1, 6. We have all of our nutrition maxed out. I think I'm working on the fruit right now. Yeah, we just got over. Oh. Yeah, okay. And we're just over on protein. I had to eat some meat. Protein is actually the best thing to eat while you're doing that kind of stuff, just because it gives a lot of saturation. Eating these berries is very busy. Why only one? Need more stone. We should have plenty. Reasons we don't understand. All right, there's 8 of those. So when your altar is level 2, which is about to be, it can only use the 4 runes in cardinal directions as special runes. So these 4 can be upgraded, but the corner ones can't. When you get the altar up to level 3, then the corner ones count as well, which is weird, but that's how it works. So now we need 3,000. 2, 3. To make 1 rune of self-sacrifice. We're going to put 1 stone in there and leave it there, and it'll go through both phases and it'll become the reinforced slate. Now the most efficient thing to do here is to then take one of these out and immediately upgrade it. But it's so it's plus 10% per, so this with 1 it would be 220 per poke instead of 200. So it's a very marginal gain, and I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to make all 4 of them at once, and I'm just going to do this once on camera so we can all see how it works. And now we have the reinforced slate. I'll be back when I have 4 of them. So I was just harvesting these potatoes. We have 24 potatoes planted, and I got 43 potatoes off the whole patch. So I don't know if fortune is working, if luck is working or not, but it seems pretty good to me. That's almost 2 per. I don't know if that's statistically higher than normal or not. 4 of them are. I had to go back and get 4 more yellow flowers because I forgot the horse grinder only gives 1 per. It's the millstone that gives 2 per. And what I don't need right now is another tedious thing that sucks all my hunger away. We probably should make some apple trees as well, because I don't plan on growing these berries. I mean, I probably will somewhere, but like more as a decoration than a food source. And the apple trees are fantastic. So we should now have 20 hearts available to us. Let's go grab our yellow dye and the rest of our bread making stuff, and I guess all of that as well, so we can stock our furnaces. Maybe we'll have him grind. I think if we put these back in, it'll get us the tiny coal pieces or whatever they are. And then I think we have everything we need. Yes, sir. More of those guys. So now, when we use our altar, we will get 280 per poke, which is a pretty significant increase over the base 200. And that's about as far as we can take the altar right now. Now, one thing we're going to want relatively soon is our next level of apprentice orb, and for that we need a corallium pearl, and for that we need corallium infused stone, and for that we need corallium gem clusters and stone, and for those we need corallium gems, which we get from mining. So off to the swamp we go, because swamp or ocean biomes is where you find that stuff. What do we have to eat? Basically nothing. Not entirely true. We have cooked pig stuff right here. We'll go and cook some potatoes. I think I'll worry about more bread later. Divest ourselves of various things. Now here's, I don't know if you noticed this, but these guys, they twinkle. And you can kind of set patterns by turning some of them sideways, or potentially leaving some out and just using the regular Darkland oak log, so you have, you can make like gaps and patterns and seeming randomness. Otherwise, they are all the same. If you watch the top and the bottom, they're always the same. So if you do all 3 of them the same, it's really boring. But just changing one of them, all of a sudden creates this almost mesmerizing effect. So I want to use more of that. It's like some kind of mystical portal or something. I don't know. But I'm really liking it. I had a bunch of it all over the place, and it was kind of too much. But I'm liking the look of it. That is a beautiful tree. See, if I could have that growing right over there, that is amazing. And it looks nicer, don't you think? Huh? But the logs, I don't know, I'm torn. I'm gonna have to play with that quite a bit. Well, I'm going the wrong way, aren't I? The swamp is over there. Yeah, 20 hearts, baby. Bring on the mobs. We're invincible. Now, what we need now is a little bit of armor, and we really will be pretty tough. I think we can make bronze armor, but I don't know if that's this age or the next. Ooh, lava. It's good to know that that's there, though. I mean, we already did, but I mean, it's a good thing to have, like right outside the base when we finally have the technology required to make use of it. So this should be a swamp biome, I believe. If we look at our map, it sure looks like a swamp. It looks a little bigger than I thought at first too, so let's have a look around. Doesn't look big enough to have any structures in it though. There's like there's a couple of different things that generate in the swamp. Ooh, that's a shogo flare with like, yeah, wow, not in a river. So this might be river biome over here. Interestingly, can we? I think if we do something like this, they just can't get out. And we can harvest what's over here more or less safely. If we just take the corners anyway, it should be safe. The sounds coming out of this thing are just horrifying. I counted earlier and I think there were 7 different statues we can craft, and I think it would be cool to make all of them, or at least as many as we can. So with that in mind, I believe it's 1 of these blocks per. I think if we take this, that's going to open up. Yeah, we can see down in there. Oh, but we can take this safely, it looks like. Oh, I see. There's like a pattern on the inside. Okay. Well, this still seems pretty safe. Hey, guys. Hey, hi. How's it going in there? Are you stuck? Okay, it is getting on towards nighttime. Let's go away from that thing a little ways. Oh, there it is. Look, that's one of the that takes us. We need that for the in-between lands to get the key to take us to the in-between lands. If I'm remembering my history correctly. Oh, that's a zombie. Is he gonna try to drop on us? Torches. I have totem torches, which is kind of a waste, but I'm going to use one. I'm going to go down a ways. So we verified then that it is in fact a swamp, because that's where those druid circles spawn. So we'll just dig down a ways, and then we'll do like a little bit of branch mining. The corallium ore is pretty common, so we shouldn't have to go too far, hopefully. Am I digging towards the Shogoth? I think I am. I can hear them making terrifying noises. Let's turn. Not finding any. Pretty interesting that it's not here. It really is very common. Like, it's not hard to come across unless I'm just not at the right Y level. That is entirely possible. I think the Shogoth are in this direction. It's clay. Let's dig this out and see if it uncovers anything. And if not, then I will probably cut away and just mine until I find some, or I don't. This episode is getting to be just about over, and I would like to get, oh hey, more slate. Could probably use a little more slate. Can hear the Shoggoth. Alright, I'm going to do a little bit of mining around here. I'll mine out this slate and see if maybe that exposes some corallium, and then if not, we'll try something different. Alright, I finally found some. I was digging out some clay and then some slate, and then I was literally just thinking like, geez, I don't know, I don't ever remember it being this hard to find, and then there it was. One deposit should be all we need for... I probably should have put up a totem. I don't think I have my whittling knife with me, so it's kind of pointless, but I bet you can fortune these. Pig totem would have been pretty big right here. And I just got to get out of here. I went deeper. I fiddled around up there for a while and didn't get anywhere, and so I went deeper and eventually got lucky. Pillar up out of here and try not to die. Although with 20 hearts, I'd be pretty surprised. If there was anything up here that could be truly threatening. Looks like it's daytime in any case. Oh! Oh! The Shoggoth got out. Look at, there's Shoggoth goo all over the place around here. Drop some of that enchanted armor? No. That's too bad. Oh, which way is home from here? They have been all over the place. We're gonna run into one of them, aren't we? Okay. I guessed right. Do we know about silverbell trees yet? Or not silverbell, these are, what are they called? Dang it. Cannot remember. We don't know about them yet, so it's pointless. Mineral, that's what they're called. Man, it was driving me crazy. So then we need to craft these in a 3x3, surround them with stone, and cook them. It's enough for 2. Oh, we need more stone. We should have lots. I liking the rain. I used to hate the rain, but now I love the rain because it gives us water. Sweet, sweet water that we can use for stuff. I don't care about a single worm, honestly. Cook that stuff up. How do I end up with so much stuff in my inventory all the time? It's a good amount of slate. I'm happy to have that. And this monolith stone, if we do uses on that, it should give us recipes here. So black, yellow, cyan, orange, purple, that's what, 5, blue and gray, 7. 7 statues that we can potentially make. And then we have to, those are just the decorative versions, then we have to breathe life into them by surrounding them with flesh, rotten Shogoth, or not Shogoth flesh, but what is it? This stuff, Corellium plagued flesh, which we don't have very much of, but we can get more with our work blade. If we do this 12, I think. We need 8 per. Oh no, it's Shogoth flesh. Okay, I was wrong about that. We're gonna have to go kill a bunch of Shogoth. That'll be exciting. Fun times. This is my second chisel, and I had a third prepared as a backup, but I stopped building and hit record. I think we'll call the episode there. That's what I'm talking about. Although it's a little too big. I think maybe I need to bring it down a little bit. What it is actually is it's not too big, it's the wrong orientation, because it's like long this way, and I'd rather it be long this way. So I think I'll probably chop that one down too. Maybe bring it down a block, now that I've seen what it can do. That's about the right height. Maybe that's too tall. Anyway, I'll figure it out. You guys have a wonderful day, and make sure you drop me a like.